What's going on, everybody? It's Gamers DMZ, joined by me, Jazzy Moto. Underneath me, we got Mega Elixir, and then we have OG Double M, followed by Mr. Sir Rich, and then under we have the one. What's going on, people?
What's going on? So I guess we can start off this rather quickly today. Hopefully everyone can just tell us and let's get started about what games we played this week so we can move on to some interesting topics. We'll start off with Lady Jazz. Lady Jazz, what games did you play this week?
I played quite a bit of Conan, working on my fortress again. Played a little Fall Guys today on stream and some PUBG. What else? I know there's something else I cannot think of it right now. Oh my goodness. So it happens when you have too many games.
That's true.
Oh, what else is I playing? That's gonna bother me. But yeah, that's it for the most part. Oh yeah, and I did try out Scorn. I streamed Scorn last week, but that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Sound like you had a busy week of game, which is good. Mega, what were you playing?
Uh, okay, so for me, I was playing Persona 4 Golden on PC. I I was playing Tales of Vesperia on the Switch, and then I was playing Sly Cooper Thieves in Time on the PlayStation 3. And yeah, that's it.
That's what your top three games, huh?
Yeah, focusing
Okay.
on finishing them up on the backlog.
Okay. Double M, what were you doing?
Uh,
Cyberpunk?
actually, yeah, I didn't really get too much Cyberpunk into this week, but I did start A Plague's Tale. Started that up.
Did any of you
Put the
get did any of you get the achievement at the very beginning for the hitting them rocks?
I knew it was an achievement for that. No,
You
I
got
don't
to
even
hit
know
all
how to hit. I
no,
don't
go
even hit.
ahead.
Tell me how to hit the rocks.
When it first start off and you got to use your slingshot and they throw them little rocks in the water,
Right.
you got to hit all those before before the other kid throws the big boulder in the water. You got to hit all the rocks that's thrown in the water.
You mean the pine cones?
Oh, I call them rocks. Yeah, pine cones.
Oh,
I
it's
think I did.
pine.
I think I did that because
It's the
I'm deep
very.
in the game. That's why I ain't really. I'm.
I
Because
just wanted to ask you that. Go ahead, Double. You were talking about your games. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, I mean, to go back to that, I'm like sitting there wondering, like, what I supposed to do. I mean, I see he throws stuff in the water, and I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to use. It's trying to teach you how to use that stupid sling. So that's what that's about.
That stupid sling ain't. That sling is dope.
I'm, this is part two. Everybody didn't play part one and play part two now, so we know how to use the sling.
Yeah, still stupid. But go ahead. You were
That's
talking
not
about your games.
necessarily true.
You were talking about your games, Devil. So what did you play? Serge, you next, so you can expound on what you played. But Devil, what did you play?
Okay, other than that, I put the PC back together.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
Yay!
need to get some gaming in.
it's up and running. I downloaded Aliens Fire Team and
How you
the
like that?
Fire Team.
Yeah, how you like it?
I like Fire Team.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think it cheats, but go ahead.
It does cheat. The what's the mother, the queen?
Yeah, cheats.
Yeah, she walks all over your defenses.
Yes.
Yeah, it cheats.
What else have you
But
been playing,
other than that, that's it for me.
Sir Rich?
Oh well, this week played some multiverse. Uh, got into some Plague Tale. Definitely played that. I'm pretty far in it now. My God of War. Got finally got my daggers back in that. What else was I playing? Some PUBG. And I think that's about it. I've been
Not
playing
bad.
more single player games than anything. Trying to hurry up and get through God of War because I'm running out of time.
Oh, okay. For me, let's see. I have to give Lady Jazz some credit because she was playing. I was playing on Twitch last week, and she emailed me or you sent me a message through Twitch, but I was on the Xbox to join you. So she did send me an invite to join her to play Grounded.
Hey,
But
next time. It's all good.
yeah, next time. And I was on the Xbox, so I was like, if you would text me on the Xbox, I would have saw the message.
Yeah, I was
But
just
I was
chatting in your
just,
streams.
yeah,
That's why.
that was in the stream. Okay. I played. What have I played? I played Call of Duty. I played Walking Dead. I played one hot second of Plague's Tale because I really didn't want to play it, but since there was a Microsoft reward to get an achievement, I only played that to get an achievement so I can get my money. So I did that. I'm gonna let that game sit. I played Scorn. I didn't like Scorn, but I think it's going to be okay. It's a big puzzle game. Once you do the first puzzle, everyone was complaining about the first puzzle in Scorn. I don't know what to
Yeah.
call that game. I think you should call it a puzzle game. I don't think it's a puzzle horror game. I don't really think it's a first person shooter or
Yeah, because didn't they
Mm-hmm.
kind of advertise it like a first person shooter?
I
yeah,
thought it was
it's
gonna be
not
like
that.
Doom,
That's
Doom
that's what
Eternal
I
or
thought.
something.
No, it's too slow paced.
You
Yeah,
know,
that
that's
Very,
that
it is
first
very.
They
puzzle stumped me. I'm starting that
that kind
over.
of
Yeah,
reminds me. I have a
a
question
lot of
about
people,
that.
a lot of people will get frustrated with that first puzzle, and I kept looking at them like, okay. So I finally figured it out.
I
I'm
was
like,
looking at
okay,
Jazz play, and I think I
yeah,
know what the trick of it was.
right.
I was like, oh,
I'm
That's
that's a
what I'm
starting
saying.
simple
that.
dumb
Yeah,
puzzle.
but see,
Yeah, they don't tell
but
you. You have to figure it out.
but here's the problem with the game, and I think this is why it's not going to do well. It doesn't have anything in the ambience to let you know you're playing the game. Does that make sense?
Like
You
what
don't.
you mean?
Yeah.
There is no sound. You only hear the sound of the like
The
when you do
world.
a puzzle.
See, like right
You
here.
only hear the sound of the weapons clicking back and forth or the machinery of it, but you don't get anything from like most games try to engulf you in the game in the world.
Yeah,
To me, I didn't get an attachment to it. I felt that I was just looks good.
going through the motions.
Yeah, I'm solving a puzzle.
It
And
does look
you
very
saying that
good.
made me think about God of War because when you running on God of War, you can hear his armor shaking and
Right.
clanking.
Yeah.
You can hear the
Right.
chains rattle on his arms and all that. I'd be like, man, the sound of this
And
kind of dope.
And
and I
Scorn after the opening sequence, you're like, oh, this is it. Okay, we started. Okay.
yeah. And it was just nothing supported. Just like you say, this is it. It's how most games try to capture you. That game cannot capture you in the very beginning. If that game was supposed to capture you and get you into the game, no way, no way in the world. And I did play for a hot second just to see how it looked today. Um, Modern Warfare, because if you pre-ordered, you get to play a week early.
Mm.
So I pre-ordered, played a week early,
When is that?
and
Next week or the
no,
week
it
after?
starts next week.
Okay.
No, 31st or something like that, or the
Okay.
28th.
Yeah,
But I
because
can
it
tell
come
you,
out on the 9th, but
whenever it comes
I
out,
think it
that
do.
I'm telling you now. No, it doesn't 9th because it's God of War. So I think it's the 31st. But I'm
Okay.
telling you now, the game looks good.
Yeah, I played the
The
beta. It was.
game.
I want.
No,
I
I'm not.
a single player.
The single player,
Yeah.
the single player is awesome looking. I mean, I'm like, whoa, and this is an old engine they were using. The game looks
Yeah.
good. So
That's what I want to play because that storyline in Modern Warfare is it's very good.
yeah, it looks
So
Those are
good.
the old homies, Soap, McTavish. All them like, come on.
And I've been playing The Walking Dead on PC and my Xbox.
here he go.
What's wrong with The Walking Dead?
Point and
No,
click
that's right.
adventures.
No, it's not really point. It's point click timing. It's not point and click. It's point click timing. You got to be on point or you dead.
QTE
Or you can call it what you want to call
adventure.
it.
Quick
Yeah.
time event adventure.
Okay.
A
Let me tell you what.
QTE adventure,
Guess
which
what?
is the
Guess what?
same thing as a point and click.
Guess what?
Hmm.
I'm gonna get 1,000 game score out of it. So you can do whatever you want to think.
Well, you do that.
I'm gonna
I don't know if I had the patience for that.
well,
I tried doing that other one with that start off at the gas station, and I could not. I cannot sit through that.
yeah, it takes it will drive you crazy at some points because it's awkward to play. But that's the biggest problem I have with the game is awkward to play with the controller. So that's all I've been playing this week. So let's get to our main topic. So earlier yesterday or earlier this week, it started coming out. Rumblings were coming out that first everyone was finding out that Silent Hill was going to be a PlayStation exclusive. Then it was another rumbling that Sony was going to hold it back because they were still fighting with Microsoft over Activision Blizzard acquisition. So they want to make it look like they don't have any game. These is rumors. We don't have any facts on any of this. Nevertheless, yesterday was it that Silent Hill dropped, and it is an exclusive for PlayStation and PC. So that being said, what did you guys think of it? What are your impressions of it? Have you played and this is a remake, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
So the remake, you played the first one and the second one. What were your thoughts? We're gonna start off with Lady Jazz.
Oh, I just hit play. I want to see if this is the same trailer I saw. First, I actually read a review about it. I heard it takes place in 1960s Japan. Now, the trailer I've been seeing doesn't look that way. That's why I'm kind of conflicted and I can't really speak. So let's see.
If I'm not mistaken, they unveiled more than one Silent Hill game.
Okay, then that's why. I'm like, wait a minute, because this doesn't look like what I've read about. So okay.
Because apparently there's going to be one set in feudal Japan, and there's going to be like a remake of Silent Hill 2.
So it's feudal Japan? Because I heard 1960s.
Oh, well.
I mean, hey, who knows?
When in Japan, basically.
Yeah, let me put some sound on this here.
What are you thinking? You say you didn't see it. What about you, Double?
I see that town.
What do you think? What do you think it would be in a PlayStation exclusive?
I think the game is first of all, it's a classic, and
What do you mean by classic?
it's been around for years. Everybody has enjoyed it.
Oh, Volkswagen been around for years. Is it a classic? I guess. Okay. So classic. I'm trying to get you to define. Is it a classic because of how old it is, or is it a classic because of the gameplay and the fun?
Both.
Okay.
I mean, being scary,
Popularity and forward position.
Classically known as being Sony anyway, so no
One
big
of the
surprise.
relics of the Dino Crisis era. Dino Crisis, Resident Evil era.
But it's all over now.
But yeah, it's. I mean, it shouldn't be a console exclusive, even if it's for a year.
Well, that's gonna play into.
I feel like it's a major game.
That's because it was on PlayStation originally.
Yeah, for so long it's been a Sony exclusive. That's why it's not really surprising to me. Like if they do make it available, like whenever they eventually do, it'd be nice, but I wouldn't be surprised if they hadn't decided to do so.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't. And this is me, and you guys may give me some flack about this. I can give a hill of beans about that game. Didn't like it when it came out. Don't give a darn about it now. It doesn't interest me. I don't care. It's not going to influence me. It is not coming to the Xbox, and I'm not going to buy it on the PS5. My point with this,
When he says that.
My thing is, it's made by the people that made the medium.
yes, isn't that funny? But they're making it's easier for them to make a remake because you can just follow that template.
Mhm.
But
Right, you got a blueprint.
right. But what my thing is with a lot of these, and going back to Elden Ring, I consider Elden Ring a niche,
Here's
but
the other
very
one.
popular that did an excellent job. But with them putting Silent Hill on just a PlayStation 5 in Japan, I think it'll sell some consoles. I don't think that game's going to sell more than 5 million on PS5 alone. I don't think it. And if
And
it, I don't think it. Because
I'm,
I
I
don't.
really don't know where the fans at Silent Hill
That
anymore. 'Cause it's been forever since they had a Silent Hill. So
I
and
want to play this one.
it's so many games out here now that's being released. So I think a lot of times you vying for people's attention, except for the big blockbusters. And a lot of people will consider Silent Hill a big blockbuster, but it doesn't interest me. I'm not the one that I'm not the target audience, but it doesn't in any sense interest me.
hmm kind of like
So what?
Evil Within,
Yeah.
rather.
See, even within, I only played it, and
Oh,
I don't
that's
even know why the
gross.
game was greenlit because that game
Ugh.
controls were like they were made to
They
be
are heavy.
stupid. Yeah, the game controls are stupid, so that's why I think that game didn't do well. I don't like people who develop games that
Ah!
go and make the controls difficult.
I don't want to play this anymore. Nope. Nope.
Because it's awkward. It's not like it's difficult. It's awkward. You got to do stupid things to do, to control it. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. But that being said, what are your thoughts, Serge, on Silent Hill?
Well, I think, like Jez said, it's like it don't surprise me that it's exclusive, but I don't think it's gonna move systems. I think it's like you say, it's a niche game. It's gonna sell well for the people who like it, but I think the Japan one will sell better. But is that one another exclusive only, or are they gonna have that to where it can go to any system?
I
Because
think
that
it's
might
exclusive.
be.
I
You
think
said
it's
what?
exclusive. I think it's exclusive only. If it's
We're
in,
hearing it's gonna be a 1 year exclusive.
yeah,
That's the
Yeah.
so
Yeah, they trying to get their system game up.
There it is.
5 million. I don't even think it's gonna sell 5 million.
I don't either. I was being generous. I don't think it's going to sell 5 million. And with
Yeah,
game development costing so much money, if you're not selling 10 million or more games, well, it depends on the budget. But this game
because
doesn't look like it's cheap.
here's the thing: if it was made by Kojima, it's gonna sell 5 million, 7 million, 8 million. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't a
Well,
Kojima game though.
Exactly.
It never was though.
Well, they always wanted Kojima to make it.
Yeah, but that was a fan.
Yeah,
Well,
he was always attached to it. You know what I mean? For
It's his
years.
baby.
mm-hmm.
But it never happened. But this probably will only do 2-3 million.
if that, and I don't see it because it won't be me. What about you, Mega? What you think about it? Before your time, wasn't it?
I was, I was about to say, I'm still going to state my opinion, but was never like a Silent Hill fan, nor do I have any interest in playing like the upcoming games. But I'll tell you one thing. Um, I think the fact that Konami even like announced that there's going to be new Silent Hill games is kind of crazy because we haven't had like what a new one since 15 years ago,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's been that long.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know where the fans at they aiming for.
But it gives me like a bit more hope that Konami's bringing back like their old IPs because next year we're getting like a new Bomberman game.
I'm going to go back to
Yeah, I
what I
thought.
just.
Yeah, Silent Hill 2 is PS2. I thought it was 2. I couldn't remember exactly, but that's way
Yeah,
back when,
I'm going.
2001.
Mhm.
I'm going back
I
to
think
what
I
I
still
originally
got that
said.
disc.
There are a lot of games that's coming out. You're going to have to buy my attention, and I don't see those games doing that. I don't see Silent Hill getting all the attention. I just don't. And when you have a bunch of games coming out on different consoles and mobile, I don't see how Silent Hill is going to garner all that attention, regardless of when it come out. And I will say this, and I'm probably wrong, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I'm gonna speak my mind. It'll probably get high ratings based off it's a Sony property, and the journalists to me are scared to give their true opinions. But if I don't like something, I don't like it. And if you don't want to send me an additional copy, then so be it. I'll buy my own and give my own opinion. But you're not going to tell me I have to abide by your rules. If I'm rating the game, it's going to be what I think.
No,
It
don't
should be
play
the.
that. This
It
should be
should
a
be a.
truthful opinion.
Yes. It should be. You should be objective, but you got to give a truthful opinion. So everyone gave their opinions on that. Thoughts? Anything
Yeah.
else you want to say about it?
Just real
It's
quick.
okay if I speak a little bit more.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I said if you got additional things you want to say.
I have
Yeah, I
one
got
little
additional
thing, but I'll
things.
wait till the end. It's little. Go ahead, Megan.
But anyway, so even though like so even though it may seem like, I guess you could say, quote unquote, a slap in the face for, people that don't have like a PS5, I can see now. I'm assuming that Sony went up to Konami and be like, "Give you some."
Oh, if they money had it, they gave money for it to make it exclusive.
Ah, okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. Now, I can see why Sony does this because they want to have like more exclusives, and they want to have like more exclusives, and also that's what competition is. And it make and it kind of
Huh?
makes me.
How is it competition if you buying it and don't want anybody else to play it, but you're going to say it's exclusivity? Yes, you can say you only can play it here. It's not competition. Competition is we're going at it the same the way. You got two different adversaries going at something different way.
That's locking the market.
Right. So it's not really competition. It is exclusivity. Now, if Microsoft had did the same thing, because like I said, if
And I was
Microsoft
about
was
to. Here's the thing.
go
I
ahead.
was also about to bring up. It makes me wonder why Microsoft doesn't do this either, because Dead Rising 3 and 4, and Dead Rising is a Capcom IP. 3 and 4 were Xbox One exclusives, you know?
Because they were complaining to Microsoft and Phil supposedly Phil Phil Spencer didn't want to do exclusives like that and block all gamers from doing it.
I still feel like they should, like, bite back. And maybe I'm just saying this because, I'm a multi-platform person. It wouldn't matter to me if I, buy all the other consoles anyway.
Okay, Lady Jazz, what was your thoughts?
They had me until I saw the itty bitty holes on the skin. I wish there was a trigger warning. What's that called? Trick or something phobia?
Trypophobia,
Oh
whatever it's
my
called.
gosh. Yeah, they had me until I saw that in the trailer, so I may or may not be. That is all. That's gross. You see that? I almost threw up in my mouth. I do not like. Ugh. That's all. That's all.
Okay. Again, I'm gonna say it can be whatever the heck it want to be. I'm not buying it. If it comes in the PlayStation Store, I mean, as the PlayStation Plus, whatever the membership level I am, and it comes there for me to play, or if it's a free demo, that's the only way I play it. Otherwise, I could care less. Okay. So speaking of exclusivity and money had and locking games down, you guys seen the rumor and you heard about Call of Duty is prohibited. The franchise, to some extent, is prohibited from being on Game Pass. And Sony put that in the contract. It got out about that. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's funny. It's childish and it's funny. Like,
You think
why?
it's childish and funny?
I do. I mean, because you don't own. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, really? I'm at a loss for words. Like, really? You just let people play where they want to play. It's not like it's never been exclusive. Y'all just being brand new. Just stop.
And that ain't even exclusivity. That's
Hold
just
on,
put it in
hold
Game
on.
Pass.
It's okay if I get like more details on this?
No. Let Jazz finish. Let her finish her point because it's one key word I want to say that I want everybody to get their opinion. I go last. But go ahead, finish, Jazz.
What is it, restricted?
Excuse me?
I said, what's the key word? Restrictions? Because they
No, it's
put
the key
in.
word I want to put out there, but I'm gonna wait.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just my quick 2 cents about it, but that
Okay.
yeah.
Now you were saying Megalixer.
Now, I was saying it's okay if I have like a bit more details on this since I didn't like look up thoroughly on that topic. You know?
Okay. What
Yeah,
the thing is, you notice a lot of games come on Game Pass 6 or 7 months later, right?
yeah.
Since Sony has the marketing rights to Call of Duty, they're telling Activision Blizzard that, hey, you cannot put this game 6 or 7 months later or for an extended amount of time on Game Pass. And since it launches every year, you get your best mileage that first year with a Call of Duty because the next one's coming out the next year. So you get more mileage the first year. So and more people won't see the game. More people won't look at the next game. Like what was this? The last Modern Warfare. I mean, Call of Duty was World War II, right? It just came out. Well, that one's about to lose mileage, and I guarantee it'll go on sale next week when Call of Duty Modern Warfare launches because it's the new one released. So after a year and a half, 2 years later, they're saying, I guess 2 years, 3 years, when the game is dead, nobody wants to play it because people mainly play Call of Duty for multiplayer. So the point is that it's on Game Pass. They don't want Microsoft to come in and be able to buy it and put on Game Pass. What does that sound similar to? What is it similar to?
The Sony Silent Hill thing.
No, no similarity at all. Double, what is that similar to?
Hmm.
Okay, let me just tell you.
You got me on that one.
No, it's real simple. Baseball. Microsoft went in and they took their own property, baseball,
Oh,
and
MLB. Yeah,
MLB, and put it in Game Pass. Did they not?
they
So
did put it. Yeah.
yeah, and that's one of Sony property. Well, it's not Sony property; they developed it. But my
True
point
that.
is, it's in Game Pass, and that caused a lot of issues for them and embarrassment. So now they went to a third party game and said, "Hey, you can." And technically, Sony is a third party, technically third party because it's not their property. That being said, again, I'm asking you. To me, you see how they're prohibited from getting Call of Duty from Game Pass. So the question to you double is, well, how do you
I,
feel about
I
that?
don't know. I don't even know how that's legal to do that.
It's two companies making a contract.
It sucks.
What about you, Serge?
I just think it's a sucker move because you see what Sony do. They throwing the money out to exclusives, but that's not even exclusive. They just don't want people to gravitate towards Xbox or PC because if think about it, if it was in Game Pass, you more than likely have it in PC Game Pass as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want to bring people take people from their architecture. So they doing whatever they can to stall out losing too many people from Call of Duty because this if they lose Call of Duty, they lose a big chunk of money for their company. So they try and do whatever they can to stop it. And not even that, it's also the mobile market as well that's tied to it, or
Yeah,
the
that's
Activision deal.
So how
yeah.
big is their deal with Activision, Sony's? How many
No,
years?
it ends next year, 2024 or 2023. I think is the end of the year, or 2024. It doesn't matter. Next year, or the year after.
Hmm.
So my point to you guys, and what I found this to be, is Sony's going back to the CMA and saying it's anti-competitive, this deal, but they're being anti-competitive because they want to play only on their rules. But if
That's my
micro,
point exactly.
that's what I meant by anti-competitive. They only want to play by their rules, which I find to be hilarious to say the least. You can't say that, hey, we only going to play by our rules, but no one else's rules.
while they
Right.
sitting there with
Right.
dirty hands
So
from slinging
right,
mud. It's just dried mud on their hands. Like we didn't wash our hands, but
but it's
y'all can't
okay.
play that way. Y'all the clean players. Y'all can't play that way.
But see, if I was Microsoft and the deal doesn't go through, which I'm still 50-50, I'm thinking it should go through if they follow the law and they go by the same rules of
It should,
true
but they
anti,
doing random
true,
stuff.
The
true
UK
anti.
is the final boss.
Okay, but let me finish this. The true anti-competitive, they go by the true, but everybody can say they can make whatever crap up. I think I'm not. But my issue is this: if Microsoft loses the deal, if I was Microsoft, Phil Spencer should go to Satya and say, "I need $2 billion, and I would buy up every top 10 game to come into Game Pass and make it exclusive for a year and stop them. If you want to play dirty, I'll play dirty. That's dirty. And I would, because Sony cannot compete with Microsoft when it comes to money. They can't do it. Microsoft can break Sony if they wanted to.
I will
They
break you.
they can take $20 billion if they wanted to, and say, "Oh, we'll go for a loss because we got the money." And just
They
think,
did it already.
no,
Building
they.
their
But I'm saying,
servers.
but they can write that off. All this can be
Yeah,
written off. My
true.
point I'm making is, if they wanted to go to, let's say, okay, let's go to Madden. Madden's exclusive on the Xbox for 6 months. Football season over with. Let's go to NBA 2K.
Mm.
Let's pay them $1 billion. You
That
think
would
they're gonna
hurt.
turn that down? Do you think they're gonna turn that down?
No, because they
That
didn't
man
turn it
would
down when
hurt.
Sony did
And it's the,
it. When they
but
bought
I'm
up the
just,
NFL, shit.
nah, that's
But
what
that
I'm.
Madden would really hurt.
You go to NBA 2K too. NBA 2K, them people buy that game. And you go to
Yeah.
NHL, then you go to EA and say, EA, I'm gonna make a deal with you, do XYZ, and you go to the top publishers and go to Take Two and say, okay, whenever Saint, well, not what's that game called everybody love because I really don't play it. What's that game?
Which
I
one?
call it the ghetto game. The ghetto game.
GTA.
That's
I
it.
was just about to say I didn't want to say it.
He said the ghetto gang.
Yeah, I can't stand it. The language in there and the words they use irritate me to no end, but that's just me. Go to them and say, we'll give you $1 billion just to play on Xbox the first year.
I can
Do
see that
you
happen.
do you really want to go down that road of exclusivity?
That's what they asking for, though.
And I think what they need to wait for is, okay, you cost Activision, but we can say this for later. Go ahead. I'm gonna say that. But that's my point. I don't think that. I just think it's kind of silly that that they did that and stopped it from Game Pass from a competitive nature. I don't agree with that because if you say you that, and Sony has a big market share lead around the world, they fighting tooth and nail in the U.S., but that does not that U.S. does not the gaming market make. So yeah, they got some, but they don't have a lot around the world. Close, but in the U.S., everywhere else, no. So Serge, did you get your point? Yeah, you did. Meg gave his point. Double, you gave your point.
Yeah.
All right. Any additional points?
I think
Now we
Mega had.
good.
No,
Okay.
Mega gave his.
Yeah.
Okay. So no additional points. So what do you guys think about the G4 YouTube TV, whatever you want to call it, podcast, getting shut down? What do you think about it?
They
I like
called
the
that
way
a
you said
mile
that.
out.
YouTube podcast TV.
All the
It's a
above.
television station.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It was.
It was.
Past tense. Past tense.
It was a podcast when it came back.
Yeah, that's what I said. Podcast. They call it G4 TV because it used to be a TV show on.
It
Yeah,
So
it
what they
has
do?
like it does have a YouTube channel, right? Nowadays.
that's what I said. I said YouTube, but
Ah,
that's what I said. A YouTube podcast. That's what I was
no.
referencing.
So what they was doing? What was it? Comcast.
Comcast owns, and I'm thinking for the TV show, then Comcast sold them.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I guess doing the podcast was like low risk instead of just doing a full on show.
Nah, they put a lot of money in production. If you watch it, it looked like a TV show production.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff. Like a whole like how IGN does it. You know how when you go to IGN on
Yeah.
YouTube, it look like they put a lot of money in the stage and lighting and all that kind of stuff. I
So
think
what did
I,
you guys?
I think they were too woke for their own good.
Is that what happened?
hmm They would people were complaining about the host, and then they said, "Well, if you don't like it, you can just not watch." And this is a
No.
year later.
So
What did we learn?
This is a little bit less than a year, which is surprising.
Well,
Game. Well. Let me say this. I never watched it, so I really don't have an opinion of it. I used to watch it when it was on TV,
yeah, G4 on
but
TV was the ish.
right, it was pretty good. But I guess I'm not understanding. I don't think it gained popularity because of the female, but what I will say, gamers, especially male gamers such as ourselves, and Jazzy being the only female, male gamers are highly prejudiced, and everything that goes against what they think is woke. So sometimes you do have to be objective in a lot of people's opinions, but gamers are very chauvinistic, and
Nah,
you
it
have to.
wasn't that. It was the version of the extreme version. They were doing the most on G4. If you watch it, they were
Okay,
doing the most.
I said I just stood.
it
really,
wasn't. It wasn't. This one was one you can side with. This ain't no.
Okay,
They were. This ain't no like. Gamers was mad because it was like nah. They was pushing the agenda and
okay,
they were patronizing on games and all this other stuff.
yeah.
Like you know how you don't really watch IGN no more because they get paid off and
yeah,
they don't
IGN.
really give a real review. A
No, they
game
don't.
could be garbage and because they got a check, they gonna act like it's the best thing ever. They
Ooh-wee.
had people on there that really didn't know about games and stuff like that. They just
Okay,
bad.
I'm reading this at the bottom. It says, aside from people leaving high-profile departures, it says some of the content creators demanded upwards of $30,000 per day for appearances on the network. They're like, no.
what?
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
They're
Which
trying to
was
get
likely
paid.
a factor in Comcast spectators' decision to axe G4. Like, nah, y'all tripping. $30,000.
Yeah, 30,000. Just
Nah, you like freaking Robert Downey Jr. to pay money. Like, come on, man. Per
So
appearance,
they
per
never brought
day.
the old host.
you say
Is
what?
that they never brought back the old host? You know, the guy,
No, they had a new host.
the original guy. Oh man.
No, they had new everything.
Oh, what's his face was on there. He wasn't coming back.
Yeah, they
I,
had new
I,
everything.
What's
coming
that
back.
guy's name? I have
You
his
know who
face in my head.
No,
Like,
I'm talking about the guy who hosts the Game Awards. He was on G4.
Mm.
But I'm talking about the other one with the beard. He kind of grew his beard out. Oh, what's his name? Oh, I can't even
You
think of his
got me
name.
on that.
I can't think of his name. I guess it'll come to me.
Well, I have no thoughts on it because I never watched it. I never got into it. So
Yeah, I tried watching it, and whenever I watched it, they were like very patronizing on some games. And they had people on there who you could tell didn't play games, and they were just a face. And
I'm gonna talk about stuff.
hmm it was a bunch of bad things.
okay. Like I said, I had no opinion of it because I didn't watch it.
hmm
Anyone
I haven't
else?
watched it either. I'm just like really interested in like the history of that channel
Oh, it used to be
because
very.
Yeah, I
didn't it
used to
start
watch.
out as like Tech TV or something?
No, it was always G4 TV.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
a
always.
whole channel actually.
Yeah, it was the channel all games. I don't know why
Nah,
they
but
stopped it.
didn't like Tech
The
TV like
heyday.
merge with them? Don't they have like relations?
Yeah, they. I think they did a little excerpt with Tech TV, but yeah, it
Mm.
was G4.
Hmm.
I also find it funny how like during like the later years of G4, like the original channel, for some odd reason, and somebody has to confirm this for me since I wasn't there, but during the later years, they usually air reruns of Cops.
Yeah, that was
That's
a
true. That is
Yeah,
true.
TV
what's
show.
that all about?
It's filler that
It
is
was
entertaining that gamers
anything
watched.
that gamers like. They used to watch. They used to put a lot of stuff on there.
It
It
was
I
like
wasn't
got
a
just
whole
gamer
games, bro.
related. No, it
It's
didn't
like
have to be gamer related. It was like part of the gamer culture. Anything part of the gaming culture that would interest gamers, they would
Yep.
investigate or
but,
play.
but I get it. You know, it kind of throws you off though. Like
Contrast.
all of a sudden, cops come on.
You
know what I'm
finish watching a video game and all of a sudden you hear, "Bad boy, what you want? What you
saying?
want?" At 2 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah, it was weird. It felt weird.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no opinion of it. So what do you guys? We can move on or we can go because I can care less. It's gone. It's gone.
For real, it's gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gone.
Rip.
So another
Oh.
big topic that everyone was complaining about is that we're in the current gen, which is the 9th gen, and Gotham Knights releases at 30 frames per second. Do you think the lady was saying they kept it at 4K and it was hard because she said something about multiplayer engagement, kept it at 30 frames per second, and that they couldn't do 60? Do you find that to be a lot of malarkey, or do you think she's telling the truth? Me, Mega, what do you think?
First of all, what's the PC version going to run at?
I don't think it's
It's,
doing that much better.
man, it takes a monster of a PC.
Yeah,
I was looking at.
Oof.
Really?
I
Mm-hmm.
think a 3080 or a 3090 or a 30,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, or
It's
a
up there.
3070. Yeah.
You got to put some bread in that.
Wow.
So,
I
what
should
are
have
your
never.
thoughts? So,
Okay.
most people were complaining. Let's get that this way. Let's rephrase it. A lot of gamers were complaining that hey, we should be able. The game should be 60 frames per second, and a lot of people were canceling their pre-orders. Well, I looked at the game at the very beginning. I knew I wasn't buying it. But
Mm-hmm.
what were you guys thought about
I
the
know
game?
you in that realm with Surge.
I think they took some steps back with this one. It looked like the first two games because it's the same company, that Rockstar, not Rockstar, that Rocksteady,
Right, steady.
that Rocksteady, slow, methodical, more detective-y Batman, opposed to the last two that were more
Well,
upbeat, more actiony.
the game looked like it was made for last gen systems.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know because it's like depending on their network, the buffering might suck, and that would really kill the frame rates if you was at 30. I mean, if you was at 60. So I don't know. Can they buffer a multiplayer game? If they had this as single player game, I bet you they could lock it at 60 and 4K. But
I still find that to be hard to believe because if that crap is true, then why can't I do 120 frames per second on Call of Duty and it got 10 players?
yeah, true. Maybe it's the detail that they put in the world and all that stuff that they got to load in the world, all the lighting and shadows and all that stuff. That's data. So
If you say that, okay, because I looked at the game and I'm like, yeah, it's a little extra detail, I would say, but it doesn't look next gen to me. That's all I'm saying.
I was watching somebody play it earlier. It don't look like next gen. It look.
Isn't it coming to PS4 and Xbox One?
Mhm.
No, no.
Oh, it isn't.
Mm-mm.
And that's what's insulting.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it looks last
Yikes.
gen. I see what your point is now. Like y'all
That's
could have
my
released
point.
that. Y'all could have downgraded the graphics a couple of notches and let it pass.
Or you could have did a, or you
I
could
mean,
have did
I
a
mean,
10,
to me,
yeah,
it's,
you could have did a 1080p mode at 60.
hmm
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, in my opinion, it seemed like they're trying to beat that street date, and we're going to get a patch later on.
They
Well,
better not cyberpunk it.
That's possible.
We'll fix that later.
they don't
1
have
year
that.
later, we got the game exactly how it's supposed to be.
Oh man, I'm on to the next one.
They don't have that luxury.
It's no way this game's supposed to be running at 30 on
That's
these
my
next gen
point.
consoles.
That's my point. And just like they tried to come out against the Series S and say, "Oh, it's holding it back." Don't blame that on Series S. Blame that on your lazy programming skills.
And if it's holding it back on the Series S, just release
They
it on the other systems. Be like, you
no,
can't
that
play.
not even that. Okay, you know what they usually do, and here's the funny thing: frame rate is ran on the CPU, not the GPU.
Mhm.
And the CPU, and there are some ways that you should have a stronger GPU to, and I'm not a programmer, but I guess if you do have a better GPU, it helps with the frame rate. But if that's the case, then riddle me this, Batman. Yeah, literally. Uh, why didn't
That's a
you?
good one.
Why
Honorific.
did? Yes. Why didn't you drop the frame rate? I mean, drop the 900p on this Series S if it was holding it back, just to get 60 30, and then say, okay, we're gonna tap the Series S at 30 frames per second. They've
Because if
done
it was that, it could just be like you
exactly.
said earlier, graphics downgrade.
You're right.
So
And so don't sit up there and tell that lie. Don't tell that lie because there are many games that
that have done it.
have done Series X and PS5 games at 60 or 120, and the Series S came out at 30. Cool. But don't sit up there and lie. And if, as my
They
father,
didn't give him enough time to work on the game. How about
as my
that?
as my father would say, don't lie. But if you're gonna tell a lie, make it a good lie. But don't tell a lie that you know everybody can see right through it.
They blaming the console.
Hmm.
That's a pop out.
Yes. So you gonna buy the game, Lady Jazz?
No plans to do so.
Mega?
Well, first of all, I'm not buying the game.
I knew
Number
you
one.
weren't. I know that. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I was gonna let you say you was gonna do it because I know it's coming from your dad.
Mhm. I'm more
You
interested in that Ghostbusters.
I had interest in this game. I did. You can ask Serge
Yeah,
on this.
yeah, he did. He really did.
why?
Because it's Batman,
It's
Humor me.
Batman.
Okay,
and
we
we like the Batman series. It's a good series, but
Right.
it's
You like
evolved.
the series. I like the Titans. I like all those guys, Robin Hood. You know.
He was stuck on Damien for a minute.
Yeah. So
okay.
I'm disappointed. The 30 frames per second, and I just seen one of the reviews. They gave it a 4. I'm like, oh
Ouch.
man, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed,
So that
and I
being said, are you buying it?
no.
Okay.
I
Yeah, I
get
want to
it
hear.
on sale.
You
If
want
it's like $30, I grab it.
I know it's gonna hit Black Friday, and maybe if we could get it for $30, I'll buy it.
$25. Three
I'm
for
gonna
Or
tell
it's
you
$10.
gonna
what.
end up with Game Pass within 6 months.
I'm gonna give you my conspiracy theory. The game's gonna go on sale if it doesn't do well right after New Year's, because the game's always going on sale after New Year's. People don't
Right.
realize they do drop
True.
the game set.
True, they do. Right before the new games come out in the
Yeah,
spring.
It'll
they
probably
drop.
be in the winter sale. You know that winter
But
sale around New Year's.
That's what he talking about.
right,
Yeah.
but but here's my conspiracy theory, and I'm not wishing ill on any developer, but let's say this, and I posted this somewhere. Let's play with this theory. What if the game does horrible? And we already know that Warner Brothers Discovery is need money. They're already in debt. If this game doesn't make the money that they need, and Activision Blizzard deal is done come Q3 2023, if the other game doesn't do well, what if Microsoft comes in and swoops them up?
Mm.
Just the properties they can't. I know they're not going to let them own it. I guess a license with a 20-year license for the Batman and all the Warner Brother
On
properties.
the WB Warner Brother properties,
Yeah, yeah.
Warner Brother Studios.
And see, if I was Microsoft, I would do that because we know there's going to be another Wonder Woman uh, movie coming out. There's going to be another Superman. I would just,
Dude, Black Adam about to pop off. That came
you
out
know,
today.
but you know what they said about Black Adam. We can y'all can look at this on Sunday, but they're predicting Black Adam going to flop. That's the prediction. It's flopping.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's the prediction.
I don't think it's
We'll
gonna
see.
flop.
I want to see what the people, what the fans say. I want to see what the
So
fans
if
say.
it
Not the people who
does,
don't know Black
right,
Adam, but the fans.
right. Yeah, but I'm just
Hey, The Rock don't flop.
now,
Yeah, he does.
that's a
Yeah, he does.
damn lie.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
But
It's just we watch it because The Rock is in it anyway.
The Rock don't flop.
Because that
Okay.
Rampage didn't do good, but we sure did watch it eventually.
Oh boy.
Rampage is good.
I saw that movie. It
It was
was
alright.
It's
I
just
like
junk.
Rampage.
Doom was better.
That mess flopped. Oh, I forgot about that. Wow,
Yeah, Doom.
Oh,
Doom.
oh. Talk about Rock ain't got no bad movies. Get out of here.
Doom was, but you know what? Doom had a stupid script. That's what that was about. That was the stupidest movie I
Yeah.
ever seen.
And we watch
And it did
'cause of
not
The
look
Rock.
like
The movie is
Doom.
horrible, but we watch it for The Rock.
That's it.
Dwayne Johnson. We Dwayne Johnson fans, and we support him even though he be in bad movies. So that's our fault.
Right.
That's our fault.
So that being so none of you guys are gonna buy.
I said if it go on sale for like $30, I get it.
Okay.
Cause I got too much other stuff I play. I still got to get the Cyberpunk. So
Yeah,
I got a while to go.
Like I said, Game Pass spoiled me. So it's for me to spend.
That's what I'm
money-
saying.
Yeah, for me to spend money, it has to be a game to go on sale that I want to play and I get to.
Hey,
And,
you remember Guardians of the Galaxy ended in Game Pass? We wasn't
Yep.
expecting it.
I ain't even.
played
I
that.
lost interest as I couldn't stream that. That game was pretty decent though.
Yeah, I played it and beat it. It was cool. I didn't play it again to get the second set of. I think I was gonna play it again to get some achievements I lost, but a game has to be really, really, really good for me to go back in.
Like God of War.
Play it.
I'm having as much fun, if not more, this time playing it. I forgot
Well,
how good of a game
I
it
can,
was.
I can tell you this. I probably won't play God of War until next summer. I'll let everybody else play it because I know I may buy it and I ain't buying it till next year, but I know I'm not playing it. I just know 100% I won't play it. I don't have time. If I had time, I'd play it, but I haven't even beat Spider-Man yet, so
Mm.
I don't have time. Yeah, I guess because I'm so stuck on my Xbox, I hop on my PS5.
Yeah, you really do got to make yourself get
Yes.
off the Xbox.
Yes.
It's kind of hard.
It is very hard for me to get off my Xbox. I can get on my PlayStation because PlayStation does not give me the community. That's a better way of saying it. I'm not in that community more because the PlayStation didn't start off with a community.
Mm-mm. It was always single player games. That's what I say.
Yep.
Single player and fighters. Like the community was couch surfing.
Yep. So that's what I feel about that. Okay, we're going to get to this next topic. This is a double topic. What do you guys think about the new Mortal Kombat RPG? I have nothing to say about this game.
Oh, here he goes.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about that game.
Nope.
So we're gonna, since this is double, you run with it.
Well, I mean, I wanted to talk about it. So I found out it was a mobile game, but
He was so excited. He was like,
Funny.
"Oh, Mortal Kombat RPG. Will it be like that old Sub-Zero game I used to like?" That action RPG back in the day. He was excited.
I don't know if Jazz can pull it up.
It's up. It's up.
It's up. Yeah, the thing's always delayed.
Okay.
I don't need to look because I can care less.
In the same boat. Here, let me move it up and down so I can see. Yeah.
I just think that's
yeah.
an unfortunate miss, though, because that could have did well on the system if they actually put some
Yeah.
money into it.
This
I
be
would
great.
play a Mortal Kombat RPG. Are you kidding me? For as many years as we've been
That's the main
playing?
reason.
Come on.
What I see right now, they going for the mobile gamers. What kind of RPG is it gonna be like that? One we keep seeing. What's that game? Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. If so, they can definitely keep
It's
it.
brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Everybody, name mama get
This
check.
podcast is brought to you by. No.
Don't say that.
That's why I cut it out.
I mean, Ed Boon has to be thinking about that. I mean, like, you can really make a Mortal Kombat RPG.
The Mortal
mean,
Kombat
heck,
world is deep in lore. You could make a really good
It's,
RPG if you wanted.
there
very,
were some attempts in like making like a Mortal Kombat single player experience. Like there's what's that one with what's
Anthology,
his name?
Sub-Zero Anthology.
I don't want to talk about that one because that one sucks. But the one on PlayStation
What?
2,
That was decent.
yeah, okay, buddy. But the one on PlayStation 2 where you play as Liu
Hater.
Kang, I believe.
yeah. I know the one he talking. You know the one he talking about, sir. With all the
Uh,
with all the Shaolin monks and stuff they
Yeah,
were fighting.
Shaolin Monks, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That was a good one.
did I play that
But
one? Let me see.
I
I
know
believe
I
this
ain't
is
playing.
Oh yeah, with Kung Lao. I always
yeah,
pick Kung Lao.
this is a big miss for Mortal Kombat. It's time for Mortal Kombat to evolve into something else besides a fighting game. You got 30-year history here, you know?
Yeah, the Mortal Kombat is deep lore, but that was just a miss
Yeah.
entirely. But who knows? The mobile game might be dope. You never know. These
And
phones is
those games,
powerful nowadays.
the stories are good. So
He was
it's time
super
for one.
excited, man. He had Kotar flashing in his head. He had Knights of the Old Republic. Oh my goodness, it could be a Knights of the Old Republic.
I mean, take one of the main characters, if it's Scorpio, if it's Sub, or is it Raiden, you know what I mean? And take them through an RPG. It would have been
Or
good.
I would think more like Raiden or and Shao Kahn, one of the villains, making their own teams going through, trying to beat the tournament. And you make your team through people you can defeat them or you can recruit them.
That'd be
Make
cool
it
too.
kind of like Pokemon, Mortal Kombat Pokemon.
I mean, you going through the Nether realm, fighting the demons and all that stuff, and Drat, man, it's a miss. That's all I got on it.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, I said what I said.
Okie dokie. Oh, here's another one for double. Lady Jazz, you got anything to say?
Nope, nothing else. Would have been a cool concept on console, but I'm good. I got too much on my phone.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Does it
Yeah.
sound better? Does it sound a little better?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we got another double topic. He wanted this one. Need for Speed Second Thoughts. I'm gonna get this out the way for me. It was ugly when I saw it then. It's ugly now. So I have nothing else to say about it. It's all your topic, double. I am not interested in the game.
Jazz, you got the video with the young guy playing?
Yeah, it's pulling up. Hang on.
I just noticed it was like some different things, and I was like, that looked kind of cool.
You think so?
I don't know if that's the same one. Let me just pull up what I had ready.
Yeah, we're waiting on you.
Who's waiting on you?
While Jazz is
To be honest, I'm kind of eating right now.
Yeah.
Discord.
Mythology Sub-Zero is the one I was
Blah.
thinking of. He said that myself. Man, that's before your time. You don't know what you talking about, man. You biased to these newfangled ways, the way they make these games.
I'm sorry, who are you talking to?
You.
This
You.
Who I'm talking to because you just answered. So
Yeah.
you
I'm
told
a video
yourself.
game
You told
historian.
on
I
yourself.
know exactly what I'm talking about.
Nah, Mythologies was dope. Special Forces. Now that was trash.
That one sucks. That one sucks. Yeah. That,
Let me see.
we could at least both agree that that one sucks.
Oh, man.
Play a little elevator music. Yeah, let me.
But don't worry about it. I don't think Double can find it.
All right, because I didn't see the link in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're riding on the floor.
He said, no, not that elevator music. Anything but that. Isn't it kind of how quiet elevators are nowadays?
No Need for Speed Unbound gameplay. Just
Send it in the Discord so I can pull it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hello. Yeah. But didn't you say something about the shell shaded this show of the game?
Oh, I don't like that cell shaded crap.
How you can take it off? It's optional.
Put it in the option. Yeah, I think they put an option where you can turn it off. So
Yeah.
if they made an option for that, that may settle some people's eyeballs.
Yeah, then I'll hold my opinion.
Okay.
Double just
Can you see it?
Refrigerator Raider.
Double just sent it. Can you see it, ladies?
And listening to the young guy, he kind of influenced me here. If you listen to him,
Really? What we listen
yeah,
to? We going to the Wind Waker. That's what we going. Zelda Wind Waker. Oh, okay.
All right, there we go.
What's going on?
Look at this dude.
What's going on? What's going on? Boom. Somebody just okay.
I think they're using the cell shaded graphics as like a wrap for the cars.
A filter.
You know how they do these wraps? Yeah. And you can buy these different wraps for the cars.
Oh, that looks different. This looks a little bit different. Still looks too cell shaded. Who the guy you talking about? The guy that's commentating?
Yeah.
I don't know who the devil he is.
His name is Black Panther.
Wakanda forever.
And when does this come out?
It's due. I think it's due out in November.
Okay, we'll see. Cause
they doing that same stuff they did the last game, man. Get that mess out of here. Get that mess out of here. Did you see what I'm talking about, Jazz? See what I'm talking about?
What? The in-game purchases?
No, the daytime, nighttime cycles.
Oh,
daytime
yeah. And you can only...
for the cop.
That was a pain.
Like, man, that's what it looked like. Look, I only see cops at the night. In the daytime, it's racing.
Like, sometimes I just want to cruise at night. No, that's not an option.
You know those cops cars are Chicago police, right? If you take a look at
it. It looked like it. It looked like it.
Sure look at them.
But yeah,
it looked like Chicago.
I think the last Need for Speed that came out, it was at daytime you can win money to gain to buy parts, but then at night you had to race, like do street races to unlock better parts. And
it's a Need for Speed Heat.
Mm-hmm. The more dangerous the races, the more heat you had, the better parts you could unlock. Okay. In some races, you had to you had to get the cops chasing you before you even start the race, because you can't start the race without a certain wanted level.
Not doing it. All right, so what were your thoughts?
Yeah, this looks similar. This looks really like that, don't it?
It really does. So you're right, Mark.
That's
It's just a new skin.
for real. That's all it is. It's the same dang on game. That's the last one. It looked
Same
like.
cars.
They probably just put more cars in it. That's about it. Or different ones.
Well, I'll stick to Forza. Okay,
Probably
any
gonna
more
be in
thoughts?
Game Pass or EA play.
Yeah.
It is gonna be. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those
Yeah,
RCPD
so
cars.
you could play it. So you could try it out. See, but I know you not. I know Double is.
What is it? A 10-hour?
Hey,
It'd be a 10-hour play.
yeah, I think it is 10. You're correct.
Yeah,
I think it is
EA
10.
generally do those 10-hour ones. I think that's EA basic 10 hours.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's get to our last topic. We talked about a little bit this last week, but apparently the CMA wrote another letter, or Microsoft responded to the CMA, and basically the CMA still said, and I'm paraphrasing very negatively, we don't give a damn. We still gonna do what we want to do and say this bid, or we are scared that you, Microsoft, your claim is not good enough. Sony should still be number one. So I know you guys heard a lot of this and read a lot of this and seen everyone talking about it. And they exposed Sony for being two-faced, meaning you're telling people you're scared and saying to them, we don't want to do, we can't compete, but you're going behind the back and still doing all anti-competitive moves by locking things up. That's why they want to bring this up as far as locking things up. So what did you guys think? Double?
Come on, man. They running. They scared. They scared in the CMA. Who are they? Why are they protecting Sony? Why?
Like I said, that is amazing to me because Sony, I looked something up and I think I sent you something that Sony controlled 58% in 2018 or 19. Sony had 2000, had 58% of the market in the UK. And it went up since then. So how are you going to say they don't have market dominance, regardless of what you say? And that's what I'm not understanding. It's like they have said so many things that contradict them being a true, unbiased organization. But what are your thoughts, Serge?
On what the
The Sony,
shenanigans,
yeah, the shenanigans.
the silliness of this non-fair advantage they have, this favoritism they have to Sony. Is that what you want me talking about?
Yes, I want to know your opinion. What do you think? You
I
already gave
think
some
it's
negative. It's stupid. Huh?
because it's like any other company that would, if there was any other, if Nintendo tried to do this, nobody would look. They like get laughed out the room. If Microsoft tried to do this, they get laughed out the room. Just because Sony has used bully tactics, people listen to them. Is that what it is? People scared to really stand up against Sony, thinking it's gonna infringe. Like, what background deals have y'all made with this company? Like, do they supply all your cops with like radios or something like that? Like, all everybody got Sony radios in the UK. Please, like, what is going on? There's got to be some kind of contract or something because this is unheard of. This is ridiculous. But anyway,
Lady Jazz, what is your thoughts?
Pretty much echoing Mr. Sir Rich over here. I think it's just a bunch of shenanigans. Like, not much more else to say.
My thing is that there's 9,800 employees at Activision. You know, does Sony care about that? Activision is trying to sell their company off. They don't want it no more. You got all these employees. They want a union. I mean, are they thinking about those people?
Nah,
nah.
it's all
Without
money.
Microsoft, Activision probably will go under.
I don't think
It
they're
won't
going
be
to go under. I don't think they're going
Mm-mm.
to.
It won't be long. I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna last that long.
Now you
They'll
just hate.
last. They make too much money. They make too much money. But I will go in and say something in reference to them.
Because you don't forget, they still got Candy Crush. They still got some other stuff tied into Blizzard Activision.
Mm.
What are your thoughts, Meg?
Yeah, yeah, it's bogus. They being bogus, and it's and it makes me wonder. I'm actually having second thoughts that maybe this acquisition might fail if the CMA keeps up, their act. But then again, Mi- Microsoft definitely put there's a lot of money put into like the acquisition.
A
So
lot of
like
money.
so if this fails, does that mean they lose off their money for no reason?
No.
No,
Mike,
I think
Microsoft.
Microsoft will lose $5 billion.
No, 3 billion. It's three.
Is it 3 billion?
It's 3 billion. So let me give you guys a little quick thought that I had about it. Here's the funny thing that I don't understand. Um, can you guys hear me? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Yeah.
loud and
Yep,
clear.
I can still hear you.
Okay. Look up Activision stock, ATV. I think it's trading at 70 some dollars a share, right? Or 60, 70, somewhere around there. No, it's at 70 something, 72, 74.
Yeah, I got a
Now,
few pennies over
yeah,
there.
so
I got a few pennies.
yeah, I wanted to buy some of their shares and I'm still going to do it, but because of the deal going through. If the deal doesn't go through, the stock is going to fall another $5 to $10 as soon as it happens. It's going to fall if they try to block it. Guaranteed, it's going to fall $5 to $10. You think Sony took a hit when Microsoft wanted to acquire them? Now, that being said, how do you think Activision Blizzard is going to feel about Sony doing this? Do you think they're going to sign another deal with Sony? Heck to the no.
Hell no.
They're not going to do that because you just lost that company almost 10 to 15, $10 billion because its stock is going from $70 a share to $95 a share. So that's almost what, $22 a share?
Right. See, that's what I'm getting at.
Right.
It's
I
hurting
knew.
that position.
So you're going to go in and try to squash the deal over your little 1 billion, but you are screwing people out of the Delta. What is 67? They're trading a little bit under, no, 68.9, or is it something like that? And then they're going down to 50 something, 60 billion. You screwing them out of $4 or $5 billion. And those people who want their money, the investors, are going to be pissed. So it scares me that Sony would think you're not burning the bridge and you're trying to stop this merger. Then also all the bad dirt that's coming out about Sony and their dirty deeds. My only issue, and I keep posting this place, is that I am sick and tired of, and hear me out when I say this, I am sick and tired of the EU and the CMA always coming at the big tech in the United States. It be it Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not doing stock in Apple, Google, and Microsoft, but being that I'm not coming from a stockholder point of view. I'm coming from the point of view, just be realistic. Why is it that the EU and the CMA, all of them always come against American companies, but they're the ones that say, oh, you gotten too big. They're the ones who invested all the money in the first place. They're the ones who took the chance. You didn't see any other company take that chance. When it came to building that infrastructure, Amazon built their AWS. It took them years and it was many losses. Microsoft built their cloud infrastructure, many losses. Well, it was because other divisions were making money, but that division lost money because they had to develop the infrastructure. Why is it that when we, speaking of US tech companies, they develop some, yes, they do some dirty dealings, check them. Check them when you can. But don't immediately say, this is what it sounds like the CMA is doing. Big tech America bad. So no matter what you say, we're not going to approve the deal. Based on what legal grounds, there appears to be none. So my whole point with this whole merger, I don't know if I think that we'll know on the 9th if the FTC is going to approve it. I don't see how the FTC, based off American rules, can block it. And I don't think it can be blocked. It can be blocked by the CMA, but I don't think they give them. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know if they give them jurisdiction to block the deal. It only gives them jurisdiction to say the game is not sold there, or what they can't do there. You get my point?
That's an interesting.
Right. So I don't know
That's
because only the FTC can block a deal in the U.S. These are two U.S. based companies. So I can't see them stopping two U.S. companies from merger.
Like, stay in y'all's lane.
yeah,
But
that's something to look at
I do think it's extreme prejudice, though.
because
I do, based off of what that, I don't know if they're grandstanding, trying to make it like we're going to have a poker face. But to me, seeing how much Sony has done, and just like Brazil led into Sony when they saw and read the actual evidence, they were very objective. And to me, they did everything right. If the EU can go any other way, then we'll see. Because, see, next week we'll know more because Microsoft is going to report their numbers. And if they still feel happy about the deal, then we'll see what happens. That's my thoughts on it. But I just thought it was nasty. Anybody else has anything to say?
They just mudslingers. That's all.
Yeah. Dirty mudslingers, then.
well, I'm just wondering, like you said, they're two American companies, and how can you block it, or you just don't sell the game there in Europe?
Yeah, I guess that's what I don't know. I need to have somebody tell me because if the U.S. approves that deal and the CMA doesn't, I'll be like, to hell with the CMA. You ain't blocking this deal. We just won't sell it there. Then who are you hurting? You hurting your fans.
Yeah,
And
that's a lot of money for Activision to be losing just because of Sony messing around with Activision's company.
there's a lot of
That
Sony fans that's going
that's
to be
kind of
mad
why I'm
about
kind of cringing at this because they're because if it fails, they're going to lose a lot of money, you know. They're
Who
going
gonna
to
lose?
do it all for nothing.
Who's gonna lose a lot of money?
I'm pretty sure Microsoft, since they're the ones that well, Activision as well, right? Activision and Blizzard.
No, no, no. Activision won't lose anything. If Activision would have broke off the deal, they would have owed Microsoft $1 billion. If Microsoft cannot get the deal done, they got to pay Activision $3 billion.
Mm. So yeah, only Microsoft really.
But that $3 billion ain't gonna hurt Microsoft. They'll write that off too.
Yes, yeah, but money is valuable. We don't,
So
you know.
that is relative. Money to that extent is relative. If I had $150 in the bank and I said, "Oh," and I lost $3, is it really hurting me?
I mean, no.
Okay, then. So if you have you're just looking at numbers. There three. I'm not saying $3 billion is not a lot of money. It sure the heck is. But if you got 150 billion sitting in the bank, you writing that $3 billion off anyway. You're going to pay interest, and you got to funnel that money some way to make sure you don't pay taxes on it, because that's all what big companies do anyway. They hide the money and got to invest it in certain ways so they don't pay all that tax on that money. But anyway, that is it for our show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining. If you're joining and still listening, hit the subscribe button. And we can do our outros. Lady Jazz, where can you be found?
I can be found here every Thursday, Gamers DMZ. Also, you can catch me on all my socials. I'm on Twitch, Jazzymoto, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I do art streams every Saturday, if I wake up on time. stream throughout the week sporadically. So, yep, you can catch me.
Excellent. Surge.
Same, you know, you catch all of us here every Thursday, unless we say so. You can also catch me at Facebook at Sir Rich Gaming, Twitter on Sir Rich, and Twitch every Wednesday and Friday. Wednesdays at 7, Fridays is anywhere between 7:30 and 8, and I do my random days here and there.
Okay. Megalixer.
Um, I'll be here every Thursday, and I do occasional tweets here and there.
Occasional.
And
But all this time, you only do an occasional tweet. Okay, Devlin, where will you be?
You can find me here every Thursday,
Thank you.
and also on Twitter, and also on Facebook at All Things Geeky. We have a the chat there here and there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you can find me here every Thursday with the rest of the gang. And I'm on Twitter as the one. I changed it over. And I am also doing when I can, when I remember on my Xbox, using Twitch streaming. So that's where we can be found located. Join us next Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We thank you guys for joining us and hope you guys have a great day, weekend, and stay safe. And Serge, you do your thing. Holla, holla, holla.
Holla, 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 holla at me now. Holla. Oh, catch you on the flip side.
Bye, 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 bye.